And welcome to episode number 3 of The Clutch. I am Devin Taleghani. What is going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful and joyful Wednesday afternoon. We got to get hyped. Scheduled releases are coming out right now. And I'm going to tell you, I'm ready for this. I don't know if you guys are ready. I am definitely ready for the NFL season to start off. And since I'm a New England Patriots fan, see with my background in the back, showing the pride of the greatest franchise in history, let's get to it. We're going to talk about the New England Patriots schedule, and we're going to see how well I think they will do. So here's the thing. It's going to be 3 preseasons, but no one cares about the preseason unless you want to see Cam Newton outperform Mac Jones. So here we go. Week number 1, the New England Patriots are playing home against the Miami Dolphins at 4:25. You can catch that game on CBS. That game is going to be very interesting. It's just like last season, how we started off, Cam in a new uniform with the Patriots. So I think that is going to be the number 1 game for the Patriots. I think it's going to be sweet. It's going to be awesome to see the 2 number 1 quarterbacks in Tua Tagovailoa and Cam Newton go up against each other in Foxborough for game number 1. We always play the Dolphins well at Gillette Stadium, with our new weapons, with Jonnu Smith, with Hunter Henry, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. I think we're going to star out well. We're going to go out there with the fire, and we're going to get a win. I'm going to guess the score of probably last season's score, but probably better. I'm going to say 28-14, the Patriots win that game. I mean, that game is going to be very interesting. I'm going to tell you that, Tua with his new weapons. I mean, Fuller's not going to play because he's suspended the PEDs. But, with Waddle playing for the Dolphins, that's going to be exciting. With the running back core and with Tua, it's going to be very interesting. And, seeing Jason McCourty, who just signed with the Dolphins last week, play for the Dolphins at Gillette Stadium. Everyone's going to be pumped up. Everyone's going to be firing. Everyone's going to – the game is going to be – I just want September to come right here and right now. That's how pumped up I am. That's how excited I am. So week 1, put in the books a win for the New England Patriots. So the Patriots are 1-0. And then this game should be really easy. You have Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. We're going to be visiting them at 1 o'clock, and that game will also be on CBS. That should be an easy cakewalk win. I mean, it shouldn't be like the game last season at the Meadowlands, but I think it'll be very at MetLife Stadium. But it's going to be very interesting to see, Zach Wilson and see how he throws with his new weapons, with Corey Davis, with Jamison Crowder. It's going to be really tight and interesting. But I can see the Patriots at that stance going 2-0 heading into their next week. I mean, Miami game, it's going to be tough. It's going to be rough. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be close. But the Jets, I mean, it's the New York Jets out of all teams. The New York stinking Jets. They're not going to do well. They're going to have a probably mediocre season, probably winning, I'm guessing probably 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 games if I'm being nice. But right there, the Patriots should at least be 2-0 as we speak right now. I mean, come on, it's New England Patriots. If you were to ask me with the team last season with, Jacoby Myers and N'Keal Harry, I would say the Patriots would be possibly 1-1. But with the new weapons and everyone coming back, and with, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, we have to at least be 2-0 or maybe 1-1. But I think most likely we will be 2-0 heading into week 3, and we'll be playing off at Gillette against the New Orleans Saints. Now, this is a game that's going to be really tough, and it's not going to be a very easy game for the New England Patriots. Yes, I understand Drew Brees is retired, and they're going to have Taysom Hill as their starting quarterback, or whoever they may want to start as their starting quarterback. But yes, they did lose Emmanuel Sanders. They did lose some key parts to that offense, but I can definitely see this being a really tight game. But I think maybe New Orleans may be a little bit better than us. But, I think Belichick has a really strong defense. Kyle Duggar, Jalen Mills, McCourty, they're going to wake up and they're actually going to win this game. If this game were in New Orleans and with that steady and heavy crowd, I can definitely see the New England Patriots losing. But since this game is in Burrow and, everyone's going to be jumping, the crowd's going to get loud and, everyone's going to go absolutely freaking nuts, I can definitely see the Patriots dominating. Cam Newton is back to the Cam Newton he was back when he was on the Carolina Panthers. He's running the ball. He's passing the ball more often than he did last season. So I think right now, as we speak, the New England Patriots heading into week 4. And may I say, this week 4 matchup has been the best one to watch. It's been a one to die for. I cannot wait to see this game go down because the next team I want to talk about, I may talk about for the next 5, maybe 6 minutes. But the New England Patriots will be 3-0 heading into week 4, Sunday Night Football. Everyone's going to be watching this game. Millions, thousands, hundreds will be glued to their TV because you know what? Guess who's coming to town? Tom freaking Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game is going to be really interesting. And I think we could either lose that game or we could win that game. Because here's the thing. Tom Brady has beaten, 29 out of the 30 teams in the NFL, which is or 31 out of the 32 teams in the NFL, which is amazing. And the one team he hasn't beaten yet is your beloved New England Patriots. And here's the thing. I don't think that Tom will beat us, but it could be a possibility. It could be either or. Tom Brady could come into New England and he could defeat our butts and we could be crying, but we could be 3-1 or we could be 4-0 entering into that week, or we could be 2-2. You never know with the Patriots scandalism or, whatever may happen with Cam Newton. But I say this is going to be the game that wakes up the New England Patriots because they're playing up against a GOAT, and that game is going to be really, really hard and difficult for Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. But Bill Belichick is one of the smartest coaches in the NFL, and I can definitely see that Bill Belichick has the smartest mind, and he can outsmart Tom Brady and Bruce Arians and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can definitely see that happening. I could definitely see Cam Newton going all out. This will probably be Cam Newton's best game in a Patriots uniform as we speak right now. I think, Cam Newton, he throws for maybe 250 yards, maybe has 2 or 3 or maybe more touchdowns. He probably has runs for a couple touchdowns, but let's just say the Patriots win this one. And right now the Patriots are 4-0 heading into week 5 matchup at the Deshaun Watson-less Houston Texans. Now, this game could be a close one. I could really see us either losing this one or winning, but the Houston Texans, they're not really good. Yes, they improved with running backs. They got Mark Ingram and they got Phillip Lindsay. They got a couple of good wide receivers here and there. They still have Cooks, but I just don't think Tyrod Taylor and this Houston offense has a smart enough mind to beat Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. I know we did lose to them last season. Don't get me wrong. I do remember that. But I just don't see it happening again because our team is way better than it was with the offense that we had last year. We had Demarius whatever his name was. We had Myers. We had N'Keal Harry and Julian Edelman, but he was hurt half of the season. Other than that, our offense has improved tightly. We have the best tight ends in the AFC East and maybe in the NFL, but I see the Patriots winning this game and taking the dub and going 5-0 right now. Now, we're heading into week 6 right now against the Dallas Cowboys. We're playing them October 17th. And this game could be a close one, but I think Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys have a little bit better offense than the Patriots do. Their running back is better than us in Ezekiel Elliott. I can see him running all over the place with, the Patriots and their defense. I like that we have Kyle Van Noy back. I just don't see the Patriots stopping the run game, with Dak. Dak can run the ball. He's a great passer. But, I definitely see the Cowboys coming into Gillette and taking a win. I know we still have Stephon Gilmore, but I just don't see us winning up against one of the greatest teams in the NFL. I mean, yes, they don't have Andy Dalton anymore. And if they did still have Andy Dalton to this day, I would definitely say the Patriots would win. But since Dak is coming back and, he's coming back from the injury, I can definitely see Dak coming into New England and whooping the New England Patriots. I can see the score of possibly – it'll be a close one, don't get me wrong. I say it's Dallas 28, New England 21 or 24. It could be like one of those close games, but I definitely see the Patriots losing this one, and now their record sits at 5-1 heading into week 7 against the New York Jets at home. So, like I said in the beginning, week 2, this will be an easy win for the Patriots. This is. I mean, the Jets, they're basically the Cleveland Browns of the NFL right now. They have no good weapons other than Corey Davis. Their quarterback is decent in Zach Wilson, and I just don't see them winning up against us when we come to their place and when they come to our place. The Jets are the joke of the NFL right now. They really are. They don't have anyone good. Frank Gore is still out there. No one has reached out to him. The Jets are a joke. They're the biggest joke in the NFL today. So I say we win in Gillette. So that makes us 6-1. 6-1 going to the LA Chargers. Now this game could be a close one. This game, I think we could easily win this one. It's not going to be a close one. Sorry. We defeated the Chargers at their place last season. It was a rumble. It was like 48. I think it was like 48-0. And, we have better weapons. We do. We are the better team in the NFL right now. We are a better team than the Chargers. They have no one good except for their running back and maybe Keenan Allen. That's the only good players that they have. Other than that, their team is not good. So I can see us taking a win there. Then, this will be interesting. I think we're at week 9. Week 9 right now, and we go at Cam Newton's former team in the Carolina Panthers. And this game will be very interesting to see how well Cam Newton can perform up against his former team in the Panthers. How well can the Patriots defend CMC, one of the greatest running backs of all time? We'll see what happens. Can the Patriots contain CMC? Will the Patriots do well this season? Will they not? I can definitely see us maybe losing this game. So I think our record right now is 7-2. Yeah, 7-2 or 6-2. I think. Let me double check. I got to do the math right. So let's see. Win, loss, win. 6-2. 6-2. My bad. 6-2. Heading into the next week, which is week 9, and I'll get to that once we hit the break right now. So when we get back, we will still talk about and finish up the scheduling for the New England Patriots. I'm Devin Taleghani, and this is The Clutch. All right, welcome back to The Clutch as we took a quick break right there. So as I was telling, we are sitting at 6-2 for the New England Patriots right now. So next game we play against my phone's blurry, sorry. We are playing home against the Cleveland Browns. Now I think the Patriots can win, and this is home at Gillette Stadium. So the Cleveland Browns, their offense is kind of scary if you actually think about it. With Nick Chubb, with, OBJ, Jarvis Landry is definitely one of the big targets out there. And, we played them well. I think it was 2 seasons ago when we still had Tom Brady in the hunt, as a quarterback. And he did well, the Patriots, when they had the boogeyman, when they had all the great players. So I think the Patriots can pull out this dub against the Cleveland Browns. I mean, yes, Baker Mayfield, he is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. And my 4th favorite team in the NFL, is the Cleveland Browns right now. So I definitely see the Patriots striving well. And I definitely see that the Patriots can actually win this game. I really can see this because, Cam Newton, like I said in the first couple of clutches ago, Cam Newton is on a revenge tour right now. I can definitely see the Patriots trying to win and make a remark on Tom Brady right now because, the Patriots, they're on a revenge tour, and I love it. Cam Newton is trying to prove all the doubters wrong, and this is fantastic. I think that the Patriots can pull out this win. And here's the thing. I think Cleveland's a scary team. If you ask me offensively, their talent is better than us. They have Landry, OBJ, their running backs, Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb is definitely a better running back than Damian Harris and James White. So I can definitely see the Patriots pulling out this win against a really great team. I really can see it happening. I think that the Patriots are the better team than the Cleveland Browns. We do have some of the people back in the boogeyman, but I can definitely see Patriots coming out with this win. So with that win, it makes the Patriots 7-2. 7-2. Yeah, 7-2 right now as my prediction. So then we go at Atlanta. We fly away to face off against Matt Ryan in a decent Falcons team. Because here's the thing. They have Kyle Pitts, who's a really great tight end coming out of college. No one can stop him. He's great. Could he be better than Austin Hooper when they had a couple of years ago? Could be. He's coming right out of Florida, one of the teams that Tim Tebow used to play for, Cam Newton. So I can definitely see Kyle Pitts, doing well for the team. But can they beat the well and improved New England Patriots? I don't see that. I I really don't see that at all. I can see the Patriots absolutely destroying the Hawks. I mean the Falcons, excuse me. Because here's the thing. Julio Jones by July 1st, he could be either released or traded to a new team as we speak right now. So he could possibly, I can see, because we do have the cap room to sign Julio Jones to take one of their best wide receivers from the Falcons. I can definitely see that happening. The Patriots, they're in need of help at wide receivers. I know that we just got, Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne, but I can definitely see the Patriots stealing away Julio Jones. Because I think all they're asking is a couple picks and maybe a couple players. Because here's the thing. In order to get Julio Jones, I think we need to trade Sony Michel because I think either he gets cut or something happens with him because I just don't see him on the team by the start of September. I really don't. I mean, he's been a good running back. Don't get me wrong. He's had some great stints with us, but I think his timing for the New England Patriots has come to a close. So I think we send him, N'Keal Harry, and a couple draft picks for Julio Jones. I can definitely see that happen. Will it happen? Who knows? But I would love to see that happen as a Patriots fan. I've always loved Julio Jones as a wide receiver. I've always wanted, Julio Jones or OBJ in a Patriots uniform. But that was back when Tom Brady was back in the hype. But it'll be really interesting to see, if the Patriots do trade for Julio Jones, and if they do, who they send back in a package for the Atlanta Falcons. I could definitely see that happen. So we are sitting at, I think, okay. So we are sitting at 8-2 right now for the New England Patriots. Then we play the Tennessee Titans, the weaponless Tennessee Titans at Gillette Stadium. Now, this one could be a tough one because here's the thing. They have no weapons. They lost Corey Davis. They lost Jonnu Smith. They lost Humphreys to the Washington football team. I'm still going to call them Washington Redskins because that's the team that's called that. So I'm going to call them that. But I can see the Tennessee Titans possibly beating us. Possibly. So I'm going to give that a win to the Tennessee Titans because I can see Ryan Tannehill just running around making ourselves look foolish as always. So give that a win to the Tennessee Titans. The Patriots are sitting right now at 8-3. 8-3. So then we have a very interesting game. Was it at Buffalo? At Buffalo. And this is where we struggled the most. Last year, Cam Newton fumbled. We should have won that game. If Cam Newton never fumbled the ball, we would have won. Would have been a nice, easy win for us. We could have kicked the field goal. We would have been in overtime. Now, would we have won? I don't think so. I think it would have been a very interesting game, though. So I say that's a loss for us. And now we're sitting, I think, 8-4. 8-4 right now. So then we have the bye week. Or 9-4. Yeah, 8-4. 8-4 or 9-4. I think we're sitting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I think we're sitting at 9-4 right now because we got 4 games left. Okay, so they haven't decided about this game yet, whether it's going to be a Sunday night or a Monday night game. So, and we go at Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Colts, they're a tough team right now. They really are. So, yeah, I think we're sitting 9-4. Okay, so the Colts are really good. They're a scary team, yes, with Carson Wentz, which is kind of impressive for them. So I think Carson Wentz surprises us in Indy, and I can see the Colts winning this game right now. I could definitely see them upsetting us. So the Patriots lose this game at Indianapolis, and now we're sitting at 9-5. So these next two games are at Gillette, and they're going to be good games. It's Bills and then Jaguars. So I think the Bills game, I think we get sweet revenge on them like we did a week before. So I say that we defeat the Bills and we stun Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and all those other great guys at Gillette. I could definitely see us winning this game. So we are now sitting at, I think, 10-4 or 11-4. 11-4, sorry. 11-4. And then we welcome in the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game should be easy. Trevor Lawrence is going to try to surprise us with some dink and dunks. You know, Tim Tebow, he's going to be there playing tight end. Who knows if he's going to be there or not. So I say the Jaguars lose this game, and I say we're sitting at 12-4. Or 12-5. Yeah, 12-4. And then we go to Miami. Now, this Miami game is going to be really interesting because we usually don't do well in Miami. We sometimes lose. So I say we shock the world and we defeat the Miami Dolphins for the last game in Miami. So that makes us at 12-5. So I think that the Patriots finish out 12-5. I think we make the playoffs. I think we do well. And it's going to be an interesting season. I could definitely see us striving well, making the playoffs, and shocking the world with Cam Newton. Cam Newton's on a revenge tour right now. I can see it happening. Cam Newton is trying to doubt all the haters. Because many people are out there are saying, oh, Cam Newton's a washed quarterback. He's not going to do well, just like he did last season. But here's the thing. Cam Newton is going to shock the world. He's on that tour, guys. He really is. He's going to surprise everyone. He's going to win some football games, and he's going to be the quarterback that we've been all waiting for in the past couple of years. I can see that happening. I can see him striving like that, and he's going to shock the world. He really is going to try to shock the world. So I can see that happening. The Patriots will make the playoffs, and they're going to strive well. The Patriots are going to be back in the playoffs. Just like Tony Romo said, the Patriots will be good, and the Patriots will be back. And I can definitely see that for sure. It'll happen. The Patriots are on a revenge tour. I love it. I think Cam Newton's going to strive well. I think he's going to shock the world. And I think the Patriots could be back in the AFC conference game. I can definitely see that happen. It's going to be huge. It's going to be amazing. The Patriots are just going to be the best, not the best, but they're going to be on a great tour, and it's going to be amazing. The Patriots are on the Shock the World tour. It's going to happen, and people are just going to be shocked. Tony Romo was right. Bill Belichick will be back. He'll be striving, and he'll be great and better than ever. Well, we're going to hit the break right now, guys, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown, and can the Celtics really strive well in the playoffs? I'll answer that question when we come back on The Clutch. I'm Devin Taleghani. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Clutch. Sorry, guys, I've had a really stuffy nose, but we are back, and we're going to be talking about the Boston Celtics right now. Jaylen Brown is out for the remainder of the season, and this really sucks as a Boston fan. It really does, because what else can go wrong for the Celtics right now? I mean, yes, Jaylen Brown, he's been contributing well for the Celtics, shockingly, but right now, that Jaylen Brown is out for the remainder of the season. It's sad. It really is sad to see this happening. It really is. As a Celtics fan, it's like, what else can freaking go wrong now for the Celtics? But here's the thing. Can the Celtics strive well in the NBA playoffs? That's a question. Because here's the thing. I'm going to read you guys off the standings right now as we speak, heading into Wednesday night. The 76ers, they already clinched the first place in the playoffs, which is great for a 76ers fan. The Brooklyn Nets are sitting at the number 2 seed. And then Milwaukee Bucks, they're in the number 3 seed. The Atlanta Hawks are sitting at number 4. Miami Heat sitting at number 5. New York Knicks are sitting at 6. And we are sitting as the number 7 seed in the East with the Hornets, the Pacers, and the Washington Wizards both fighting for the 8th, 9th, and 10th spot. Now, here's the thing. Can the Celtics strive well without Jaylen Brown in the playoffs? That's a good question. I'm trying to think of the positivities. I hope that the Celtics can do well without Jaylen Brown. Because here's the thing. Me as a Celtics fan, has seen, the Celtics strive well without great players in the playoffs. It has happened before. Like a couple years ago when when we traded for Kyrie Irving and we signed Gordon Hayward. I think it was both their first years in a Celtics uniform. We saw that Kyrie Irving was out for the playoffs and Gordon Hayward was done for the year because of that tremendous play that happened first against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, we definitely know that, the Celtics can strive and do well in the playoffs without 2 of their best men. Now, this is a Celtics team that doesn't have Jaylen Brown anymore. Because think about it. Back then, when there was no Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward, we still had Terry Rozier. We still had Al Horford. We still had Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Morris, and all those other great players that are now elsewhere in the league. Rozier is now on the Hornets. Al Horford is now on the Thunder, which I can definitely see the Celtics trading with the Thunder this offseason because it seems like the Thunder want to go, young. And, Al Horford is old, so he was a great father figure. Yes, I'm saying that as a Celtics fan. I think that Al Horford really strived well in a Celtics uniform. He was like the daddy of the Celtics. He really pulled all of his teammates together and said, hey, I think we can do this. And they almost pulled the greatness. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks in 7 games. They beat the 76ers. And they almost beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. They almost made it to the NBA Finals. They were 1 game away from making it to the NBA Finals, minus, Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward, and that would have been huge. But here's the thing with momentum. Celtics need a lot of momentum in order to win games. And that's why I love the acquisition of, Evan Fournier from the Magic, because I think that with Evan Fournier in the starting lineup and possibly replacing Jaylen Brown from days to come entering into the playoffs, I can definitely see Evan Fournier striving well. And maybe he's the turning point that the Boston Celtics need in order to win games. I can definitely see that happening. But will it happen? I don't know. I really don't think that the Boston Celtics, I know I've said this many times, but the Boston Celtics really don't deserve to be in the playoffs right now. They really don't. They don't deserve it at all with them losing to sorry teams in the NBA, the Hornets, the Bulls. I could list many teams, but the Celtics don't deserve to be in the NBA playoffs right now. I mean, right now they're playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers with Sexton, with minus Andre Drummond, with Kevin Love. They have like no namers. I think they still have Larry Nance Jr. on the team, but the Celtics are without Kemba Walker and Marcus Smart. So this game should be easy to win. And last time I saw the Celtics were losing by 9. 9. This needs to be the Jason Tatum and Evan Fournier show when you don't have Kemba Walker playing right now. Because the Celtics, they need to wake up. And in order to play well and strive well in this season, they need to work together. Honesty is a big thing in sports world right now. That's all the Celtics need. They need trust, and God, do they need a lot of honesty right now. Because right now, it's basically the Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Evan Fournier, and Marcus Smart show. It really is. In order for the Celtics to strive well, they need those 4 players to wake the heck up, play well in the playoffs. Because here's the thing. I think the New York Knicks, yes, I am saying this as a Celtics fan, the New York Knicks are playing better than the Boston Celtics. Julius Randle has been an amazing pickup for the New York Knicks. I cannot believe how well they are doing right now. They are outperforming the Celtics right now as we speak. They really are. The Celtics do not deserve to be in the playoffs. And it's obvious. It's easy to say that. The Celtics do not deserve to be in the playoffs this year. They need to wake the heck up, and they need to do well. The Boston Celtics need to pick up some free agents or try to trade for someone in the offseason. Trade for Bradley Beal. Kawhi Leonard is out there. I know the Celtics are not going to go even 2 inches near Kawhi, but get someone. Get Danny Green. We need shooters. The Celtics need some good players out there. We need to strive well as a team, and that's not showing it at all for the Celtics. But right now, if you ask me, do the Celtics are going to do well this year? Are the Celtics going to do well this year? I say no. I'm trying to think positively about the Celtics because I am. I'm really a positive guy, but it's really hard. It is very, very hard as a Celtics fan to root for the Celtics right now. It really is. Now, if Jaylen Brown wasn't hurt, if he wasn't out for the season, I can definitely see the Celtics striving well and possibly making it better in the first round in the playoffs. But now with minus Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown was a workhorse. He was doing the dog work right now. He was playing amazing for the Celtics. He really was. He was striving. He was doing great. But now that he's out for the season, man, it's just like in that movie scene in Lion King when, Simba's father dies. It's just like Jaylen Brown is out for the year, and the Celtics will not do good this year in the playoffs. I'm already looking forward to next season because I know as heck the Celtics ain't doing well. The Celtics are a really sorry team this year. I really thought that they could turn things around, but they didn't. The Celtics just can't. I mean, it's really sad to see them go down like this. It really is. I mean, hopefully by next week I can say that the Celtics can do well, but if they lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers have all teams. That's just unbelievable. And that is not going to happen. I really hope that does not happen. As a Celtics fan, that would really grind my gears as a Celtics fan. I wouldn't be happy. Oh, my God. This should not be happening. You cannot be losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Out of all teams, they don't have anyone good besides Sexton and maybe Kevin Love. Who do they have that's good? That's like, wow, they can actually win against the Boston Celtics. Yeah, we don't have Kemba Walker or Marcus Smart playing on the same team right now as they both sit out with injuries, which is sad. And we don't have Robert Williams, who is the glue to our defense right now. This is just sad. So the Celtics will not do well in the playoffs, and I will be cheering for the New York Knicks. So first, before we hit the break, let's talk about the Red Sox right now. The Red Sox are on a 2-game losing skid, which is sad. They lost Monday night against the Orioles, which was really sad. We took 3 out of 4, which I'm happy by. And right now we sit at 22-14, top of the league right now. Last time I saw the Red Sox were tied 1-1, and then lost last night to the Oakland A's, which is very interesting because the A's are actually a really great team in the AL West because the Red Sox, they'll be playing a lot of AL West teams in the next 5 days. So this game will be interesting. Thursday night's game will be interesting. Friday night will be interesting, and Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon because they play one more game tomorrow against the Oakland Athletics, and then they play 3 games against the Albert Pujols list and Angels, which is really sad to say. It really is sad to say that, Albert Pujols is not on the Angels. And here's the thing. I would have loved to see Albert Pujols in the Red Sox uniform. Because here's the thing. Is Dolbeck the answer for the Red Sox right now as we speak? I don't think so. But he could strive well in the next couple of years. I just have to see him in the next couple of months because he was striving well last season, hitting 6-7 home runs season. He was doing amazing for the Red Sox with no fans. But now it's like with fans, it's just like, what's happening, man? Like, what's popping? Like, what is going on with Bobby Dolbeck? I think he has 2 home runs right now, but I think the Red Sox really need to invest in another first baseman. I would have really loved to have Mitch Moreland come back. I would have really loved to have Albert Pujols. He would have been a distinctive guy for the Red Sox. Because here's the thing. If you actually sit back and think about Albert Pujols, he is kind of like, if you think about it, David Ortiz a little bit. He has a funny personality. He bats wonderful. He can hit bombs right out of Fenway Park or in any MLB stadium that he's in. But it'll be really interesting the next couple games to see how well the Red Sox can strive against these Western American teams. The Athletics are good. The A's are the Athletics and A's are the same thing, Devin. The Anaheim Angels are well, but I don't know. We'll see how well the Red Sox can do. Hopefully we can win 5 out of the next 6 games. As I'm getting an update, it's 2-1 A's right now, but I don't know. I think the Red Sox pitching needs to wake up more. Our bullpen needs to do better than they were before. But we're going to hit our last break, and I just want to talk about what the Packers did before I end the show. I'm Devin Taleghani, and this is The Clutch. Welcome back to our last seconds of the clutch. I want to wrap up the show with talking about one quick thing here. As you see right below, the Green Bay Packers, they signed Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles. So that makes me think for a second, what does that mean for the Green Bay Packers if they're signing Blake Bortles? Because here's the thing. They already had a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers and in Kyle Love. So that makes me think that maybe the Green Bay Packers are possibly, and I mean possibly, I put this in air quotes, maybe are trading Aaron Rodgers. It could be a possibility that the Green Bay Packers could be doing this, because why would you sign a quarterback in Blake Bortles? Do they have trust in him over Love? It seems like they do. I mean, it's just like the Patriots and Stidham. Because here's the thing. We all thought that Stidham was going to start last season for the Patriots, but did he start as a quarterback? He only started in the second half against the Chiefs. So I think it seems like the Packers don't have much trust in Kyle Love right now. It really doesn't seem like it. Because here's the thing. Why would you sign a quarterback in Blake Bortles? Because that's kind of interesting right now for the Green Bay Packers if you think about it. I think the Packers are saying, with this whole Aaron Rodgers spiel going down, it seems like Blake Bortles will be the new quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. It seems like they're moving on from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if the Green Bay Packers organizations don't understand that Aaron Rodgers is really upset with the organization, and I heard that the Packers didn't offer him the same money as the Kansas City Chiefs did with Mahomes, and he declined that, then that tells me something. That tells me that Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay, and he's going to get traded to another team. And you know what team that might be? The Denver Broncos. Why have Aaron Rodgers play with Green Bay? Because he's going to sign with the Denver Broncos. But here's the thing. Why would you want to go with the Broncos if you already have Teddy Bridgewater? Unless you're trying to trade Teddy Bridgewater to the Green Bay Packers in order for him to get traded there, then that's a great trade. But how does the Denver Broncos feel about that? How does Drew Lock feel about that? Because he was the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos past couple of years. So I don't think Drew Luck's going to be happy about the situation now that he's going to have possibly Aaron Rodgers start for the Broncos. I mean, this scenario's getting kind of fishy with the Blake Bortles signing and now with, the whole Aaron Rodgers spiel going down. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens come either next week or in the next couple months. I mean, anything can happen, in the NFL. But we all know that Aaron Rodgers will possibly be on a new team. He could retire, but I think he's leading towards playing for a new franchise, because if he does retire, he owes the Green Bay Packers about $30 million. So I think he's going to get traded. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll have another story for next week. But guys, thank you for tuning in to episode number 3 of The Clutch. Had a lot of fun. So I'll be on same time next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. I'm Devin Taleghani, and you've been watching The Clutch.